If you're over 60 and feeling like your body isn't responding to treatments the way it used to, or if you're taking multiple medications but still struggling with energy, weight, or chronic health issues, I want you to know that what I'm about to share with you today could be the most important information you'll hear this year, and it might just change everything you thought you knew about healing and vitality in your golden years. My name is James, and after spending decades researching longevity and working with thousands of seniors who have transformed their health, I've discovered something remarkable that the medical establishment is only just beginning to understand. Fasting, when done properly and safely, can be more powerful than many medications for people over 60, and the science behind this ancient practice is absolutely fascinating. Now, before you think this is another fad diet or some extreme approach that's not suitable for mature adults, let me assure you that we're going to discuss this topic with the utmost care, respect for your health conditions, and always with the understanding that you should consult with your healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your routine, because your safety and well-being are paramount. What's truly remarkable is that recent studies from prestigious institutions like Johns Hopkins, Harvard Medical School, and the Mayo Clinic have shown that intermittent fasting and controlled fasting periods can trigger something called autophagy, which is essentially your body's cellular cleaning system. And this process becomes incredibly important as we age because it helps remove damaged proteins, dysfunctional mitochondria, and other cellular debris that accumulate over time and contribute to the aging process and many age-related diseases. Dr. Valter Longo, who directs the Longevity Institute at the University of Southern California and has published over 100 research papers on aging and fasting, has demonstrated that periodic fasting can actually regenerate immune system cells, improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation markers, and even help protect against cancer and Alzheimer's disease, which are concerns that many of us face as we enter our 60s, 70s, and beyond. The beautiful thing about fasting for seniors is that it doesn't require expensive supplements, complicated meal plans, or intense exercise routines that might be challenging for those with mobility issues or chronic conditions. Instead, it works with your body's natural healing mechanisms, and when done correctly, it can help you feel more energetic, think more clearly, sleep better, and even reduce your dependence on certain medications. Though, again, any medication changes should always be supervised by your doctor. Let me share with you the story of Margaret, a 72-year-old grandmother from Ohio who came to me 2 years ago, struggling with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis pain, and chronic fatigue that made it difficult for her to keep up with her grandchildren, and she was taking 7 different medications that seemed to create as many problems as they solved, with side effects that included digestive issues, dizziness, and mental fog that made her feel like she was losing herself. After working with her doctor to implement a gentle, supervised intermittent fasting protocol that started with just extending her overnight fast from 12 to 14 hours and gradually working up to a 16-8 pattern where she ate within an 8-hour window each day, Margaret began experiencing changes that surprised both her and her medical team. Her blood sugar levels stabilized to the point where her doctor was able to reduce her diabetes medication by half. Her blood pressure improved so significantly that one of her blood pressure medications was eliminated entirely. Her joint pain decreased dramatically, and most remarkably, she reported having more energy at 72 than she'd had in her 50s. The science behind Margaret's transformation involves several key mechanisms that become particularly powerful after age 60, starting with insulin sensitivity, which naturally declines as we age, but can be dramatically improved through fasting periods that allow our cells to reset their response to insulin, essentially making our bodies more efficient at processing glucose and reducing the risk of diabetes complications that affect so many seniors. When we fast, even for moderate periods, our bodies shift from constantly processing food to focusing on repair and regeneration, and this metabolic switch triggers the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which helps protect and grow new brain cells, potentially reducing the risk of cognitive decline and dementia that concerns so many people as they age. Dr. Mark Mattson, former chief of the Laboratory of Neurosciences at the National Institute on Aging, spent decades studying how fasting affects the brain and found that intermittent fasting can improve memory, increase resistance to stress, and even promote the growth of new nerve cells, which is particularly exciting for seniors who want to maintain their mental sharpness and independence as they age. The inflammatory benefits of fasting for seniors are perhaps even more significant for people over 60 because chronic low-grade inflammation, often called inflammaging, is at the root of many age-related diseases, including arthritis, heart disease, and even depression, and fasting has been shown to reduce inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, which can lead to improvements in joint pain, cardiovascular health, and overall well-being that many seniors notice within just a few weeks of starting a fasting protocol. Now, I want to address the concerns that many seniors and their families have about fasting because safety is absolutely crucial, and the approach we recommend for people over 60 is very different from the extreme fasting protocols you might see promoted to younger audiences on social media. For seniors, we focus on gentle, sustainable approaches that work with your body's natural healing rhythms and take into account any existing health conditions, medications, and nutritional needs that are unique to mature adults. The most appropriate starting point for most seniors is what we call time-restricted eating, which simply means eating all your meals within a specific window each day, such as eating between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., which creates a natural 16-hour fasting period that includes your sleep time and feels much more manageable than skipping entire days of eating. This approach allows your body to experience the benefits of extended periods without food while ensuring you're still getting adequate nutrition during your eating window, and it's been shown to be safe and effective for most seniors when implemented gradually and with medical supervision. The key is starting slowly and listening to your body, perhaps beginning with a 12-hour eating window and gradually reducing it over several weeks or months, always paying attention to how you feel and working with your healthcare provider to monitor any changes in your health markers or medication needs. For seniors taking medications, timing becomes particularly important, and this is why professional guidance is essential, because some medications need to be taken with food, while others are more effective on an empty stomach, and your fasting schedule needs to be coordinated with your medication schedule to ensure both safety and effectiveness. Many seniors worry about losing muscle mass during fasting, which is a valid concern given that sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, affects up to 30% of people over 60, but research has shown that intermittent fasting, when combined with adequate protein intake during eating periods and appropriate physical activity, can actually help preserve and even build muscle mass while reducing fat, particularly the dangerous visceral fat that accumulates around organs and contributes to metabolic problems. The hormonal benefits of fasting for seniors are particularly compelling, as it can help optimize growth hormone production, which naturally declines as we age but plays a crucial role in maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and skin health. And fasting is shown to increase growth hormone levels by up to 1,300% in men and 2,000% in women during fasting periods, which can contribute to improved body composition and overall vitality. Sleep quality, which becomes increasingly challenging for many seniors due to hormonal changes, medications, and health conditions, often improves significantly with intermittent fasting, as the practice helps regulate circadian rhythms and can reduce nighttime digestive discomfort that disrupts sleep, leading to deeper, more restorative rest that enhances daytime energy and cognitive function. Let me tell you about Robert, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Texas who struggled with insomnia for a decade, often lying awake for hours each night and feeling exhausted during the day. But after implementing a gentle 14-10 intermittent fasting schedule and having his last meal by 6 p.m., he began falling asleep more easily and staying asleep throughout the night, which improved his mood, energy, and ability to enjoy retirement activities with his wife. The cardiovascular benefits of fasting for seniors are supported by extensive research showing improvements in blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and overall heart health, which is particularly important given that heart disease remains the leading cause of death among seniors. And studies have shown that intermittent fasting can reduce LDL cholesterol, increase HDL cholesterol, and improve the function of blood vessels, potentially reducing the need for some cardiovascular medications when implemented under medical supervision. Dr. Krista Varady from the University of Illinois at Chicago has conducted numerous studies on intermittent fasting and cardiovascular health, finding that participants often see significant improvements in blood pressure and cholesterol within just 8 weeks of starting a fasting protocol, and these improvements are often maintained long-term when fasting becomes a sustainable lifestyle practice rather than a temporary intervention. The weight management aspects of fasting for seniors are particularly relevant as excess weight can exacerbate many age-related health conditions, including arthritis, diabetes, sleep apnea, and mobility issues. But traditional calorie restriction diets often fail in this age group due to slower metabolism, medication side effects, and the difficulty of maintaining restrictive eating patterns, whereas fasting can promote weight loss without the constant focus on calorie counting or food restriction that many seniors find overwhelming or unsustainable. What's particularly encouraging is that the weight loss achieved through intermittent fasting tends to be primarily fat loss rather than muscle loss, which is crucial for seniors who need to maintain strength and mobility. And the approach can be easily modified to accommodate social situations, travel, and the irregular schedules that often come with retirement or caregiving responsibilities. The digestive benefits of fasting are often overlooked, but can be life-changing for seniors who struggle with issues like acid reflux, irritable bowel syndrome, or general digestive discomfort that becomes more common with age, as giving the digestive system regular breaks allows it to rest and repair, often leading to reduced inflammation in the gut, improved nutrient absorption, and fewer digestive symptoms that can significantly impact quality of life. Many seniors find that their digestive issues, which they may have struggled with for years and treated with multiple medications, improve dramatically when they implement a consistent fasting schedule that allows their digestive system to reset and function more efficiently. The mental clarity and cognitive benefits of fasting are particularly exciting for seniors who may be concerned about memory loss or cognitive decline, as the metabolic changes that occur during fasting periods can enhance brain function, improve focus, and even protect against neurodegenerative diseases, with some research suggesting that intermittent fasting may help prevent or slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease by reducing brain inflammation and promoting the clearance of harmful protein deposits. Dr. Dale Bredesen, a renowned neurologist and researcher who has developed innovative approaches to preventing and reversing cognitive decline, includes intermittent fasting as a key component of his protocols, citing its ability to enhance autophagy in brain cells and improve overall brain health, which gives hope to seniors who want to maintain their independence and mental sharpness as they age. The social aspects of implementing fasting as a senior require special consideration, as many social activities revolve around meals, and family members may express concern about changes in eating patterns, which is why education and communication are so important, and many seniors find it helpful to involve their family members in learning about the benefits and safety of intermittent fasting so everyone understands the goals and can be supportive. It's important to remember that fasting doesn't mean social isolation or never enjoying meals with family and friends. Rather, it's about creating structure around eating that can actually enhance social dining experiences by making you more mindful and appreciative of shared meals while still maintaining the health benefits of regular fasting periods. The flexibility of intermittent fasting is one of its greatest strengths for seniors, as it can be adapted to accommodate medical appointments, family gatherings, travel, and other aspects of senior life that might disrupt rigid dietary protocols. And many seniors find that once they establish a rhythm, they can easily adjust their eating windows for special occasions, while returning to their normal schedule afterward without losing the benefits they've gained. Financial considerations are also important for many seniors living on fixed incomes. And one of the advantages of intermittent fasting is that it can actually reduce food costs by eliminating unnecessary snacking and reducing overall food consumption, while potentially reducing healthcare costs through improved health markers and reduced need for certain medications, making it an economically smart choice as well as a health-promoting one. The monitoring and safety protocols for seniors practicing intermittent fasting should include regular check-ins with healthcare providers, especially during the first few months, to track changes in blood sugar, blood pressure, medication effectiveness, and overall well-being. And many seniors find it helpful to keep a simple journal noting their energy levels, sleep quality, and any symptoms or concerns to discuss with their medical team. It's crucial to understand that not every senior is a candidate for fasting, particularly those with certain medical conditions such as type 1 diabetes, advanced kidney disease, or eating disorder history. And some medications require consistent food intake to be effective, which is why individualized medical guidance is essential and why we always emphasize working with healthcare providers who understand both fasting protocols and senior health needs. The gradual implementation approach we recommend for seniors typically starts with establishing regular meal times and eliminating late-night snacking, then progressively extending the overnight fast from the natural 8 to 10 hours most people already fast while sleeping to 12, 14, and eventually 16 hours, always monitoring how the body responds and adjusting as needed based on energy levels, sleep quality, and overall well-being. Success stories from seniors who have implemented fasting protocols safely and effectively are numerous and inspiring, like Eleanor, a 75-year-old from California who was able to discontinue 2 of her medications for high blood pressure and diabetes after 6 months of supervised intermittent fasting combined with gentle exercise. Or James, a 69-year-old from Florida who reversed his pre-diabetes diagnosis and lost 40 pounds through a combination of intermittent fasting and working with a nutritionist to optimize his eating window meals. The long-term sustainability of fasting for seniors is enhanced by focusing on the health benefits rather than just weight loss, creating realistic expectations and building flexibility into the approach so that it becomes a natural part of life rather than a restrictive diet that feels punitive or unsustainable. And many seniors report that after several months of practice, their bodies naturally prefer the rhythm of intermittent fasting, and they feel uncomfortable when they return to constant grazing or late-night eating patterns. The research on fasting and longevity continues to evolve, with new studies regularly confirming that the practice can extend health span, which is the period of life spent in good health, and potentially even lifespan itself through its effects on cellular repair, hormone optimization, and disease prevention, giving seniors hope that they can not only feel better now, but also maintain their health and independence longer than they might have thought possible. As we conclude, I want to emphasize that the decision to explore fasting as a health strategy after 60 should be made thoughtfully, with proper medical guidance and with realistic expectations about the timeline for seeing benefits, understanding that while some people notice improvements in energy and sleep within days or weeks, other benefits like medication reductions or significant health marker improvements may take months of consistent practice to achieve. The most important message I want to leave you with today is that age 60 and beyond can be a time of renewed vitality and improved health rather than inevitable decline. And intermittent fasting represents one of the most promising, accessible, and scientifically supported approaches to achieving this renewal. But it requires patience, consistency, and a commitment to working with healthcare providers who understand both the potential benefits and the unique considerations involved in fasting for seniors. If you're intrigued by what you've learned today and want to explore whether intermittent fasting might be right for you, I encourage you to start by discussing this information with your doctor, perhaps printing out some of the research studies I've mentioned, and begin to pay attention to your natural eating patterns and how you feel at different times of day, because this awareness will be valuable whether you decide to pursue fasting or not. And remember that small, gradual changes implemented safely and consistently can lead to remarkable improvements in health and quality of life, regardless of your age or current health status.